Well, hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Senator Briscoe, coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today is Friday, September the 6th, 2024. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Tay Fendi. So without further ado, here's a birthday shout out for you. Hey Tay, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another year gone away. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Day today. It's your happy birthday day today. Hey, Tay, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wow, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Day today. It's your happy birthday day today. Happy birthday to you, Tay, and many, many more blessed birthdays. All right, alrighty then. How about them Shin Show fans? Oh, yeah, we got them. How about Doug Belbell, a.k.a. Steve Clary, Diana Gray, Martin Kelly, a.k.a. Smiley, Ann Williams Briscoe, a.k.a. My Mommy, um, Ken and Becky Tackett. Let's see, who else? Savannah Murphy Beeson, Rico Murphy, Jarvis Johnson, Jarvis Smoker, Patrick Gardner, Ripo from Finland, Kyle O'Neill from South Africa, Buford 668, and uh, listing connect 33240. Oh, and we'll go ahead and throw in uh, oh, Sweet Sunny Day Girl. Um, what is her handle? Her name, AKA. Well, we don't have an AKA on it. So anyway, and then we'll go ahead and throw in Lori Moore, AKA Lori Taylor, AKA Thumper. So there you have it. Those are your Shin Show shout outs for today. All right, all right. We're going to jump right on into the weather forecast for you today. Brought to you today by Helping Hands Thrift Store, Diner, and Foster Care Closet. Helping Hands Thrift Store, Diner, and Foster Care Closet is located at 416 South Fifth Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Come on by and get yourself some great eats and step on into the thrift store, which is now boutique style. Wonderful, beautiful things in that store. All the clothing is $5, and all the uh, beautiful, beautiful jewelry and accessories. Plus, you got uh, all kinds of name brand purses, Gucci bags, and all kinds of other great items. So step on by Helping Hands Thrift Store, Diner, and Helping Hands Closet. Helping Hands Thrift Store, oh, and Foster Care Closet. There we go. 416 South Fifth Street, St. Charles, Missouri. All right, here we go. Sunny skies today and clouds mixed together with a slight chance of rain showers later on tonight. High temperatures of 81 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be out north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Got me some new shoes today. Not so sure I like them. High top, high ankle near boot type. Trying to keep my ankle straight, and my foot just ain't liking it. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, Saturday, September the 7th, sunny skies with high temperatures of 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds north to northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight, low temperatures uh, with near 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny skies on Sunday, September the 8th, with uh, winds at 70 or temperatures at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be a light and variable east to northeast at about 4 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, winds light variable on southeast at about 4 miles per hour. And then for Monday, September the 9th, sunny skies around with high temperatures around 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds light variable southeast at 4 miles per hour. And then for Tuesday, September the 10th, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures of 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be light and variable southeast at about 5 miles per hour. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, Wednesday, September the 11th. We're going to have sunny skies with high temperatures of 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds light and variable south to southeast at about 4 miles per hour. The only reason I said 4 was because it says 6, and that would put it in the 5 to 10 mile per hour category, and I don't know why they told me light and variable. So anyway, that's your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Rachel, that's that sweet sunny day, girl. There you go. I knew it'd come to me. Oh, Lord, yes, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I don't. Because people on the Joy's got nuts and bones don't. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, let's see. Bow, 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 down, 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 down. Oh, well, let's see what that devil's been up to. Song lyrics, devil went down to Georgia. Ba ba boom 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 boom. Ba 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 ba. Bow bow boom bow boom ba down down bow down ba down 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 bow ba ba down down bow ba down bow 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 ba down down bow down bow 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 bow. Well, here we go. It's too bad I don't have the harmonica going. If I could play a harmonica, I certainly would. Here we go. Although the devil went down to Georgia, he was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind, and he was willing to make a deal. When he come across a young man, saw him on the fiddle and playing it hot, the devil jumped up on a hickory stump and he said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too, and if you care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you play a pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle will go against your soul, 'cause I think I'm better than you." The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet you're going to regret, 'cause I'm the best there's ever been. Now, Johnny, rising up your bow and play your fiddle hard, 'cause hell's broke loose in Georgia, and the devil deals cards. Now, if you win, you get this shiny fiddle made of gold. But if you lose, the devil gets your soul. Well, the devil opened up his case and he said, I'll start this show. And fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. But he pulled that bow across the strings and he made an evil hiss. And a band of demons joined in, and it sounded something like this. Well, when the devil finished, Johnny said, Well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. And he played Fire on the Mountains, Run, Boys, Run. Devil's in the house with the rising sun. Chicken in the bread pan picking out dough. Granny does dog bite, no child, no. Well, the devil bowed his head because he knew that he'd been beat, and he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. And Johnny said, Devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a gun, I'm the best that's ever been. And he played Fire on the Mountain, Run, Boys, Run. Devil's in the house with rising sun. Chicken in the bread pan picking out dough. My granny dash girl dog bite, no child, no. So there you go. I wished I had my harmonica working, right? Problem I have with my harmonica, problem I'm having with my harmonica is it has a couple of little reeds that are sticky. So I need to go and get that repaired. I mean, I could go and buy a new one, but that one is classic. It's gold. It's a collector's item. So anyway, it'd probably play havoc on my mouse for sure because it's all silver bracket, and I'd have to almost tape everything up so it wouldn't pick up my mouse and drive me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Put me in a rubber room. Sure was hot. About drove me crazy. Crazy. Oh, I was crazy once. Put me in a rubber room. Sure was hot. About drove me crazy. Crazy. Oh, I was crazy once. Put me in a rubber room. Sure was hot. About drove me crazy. Crazy. Oh, I was crazy once. Oh, whoops. Sorry, got off on a tangent. Oh, crazy. How about that? Song lyrics crazy. That ain't the one. Song lyrics crazy for feeling blue. There. That will work. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so blue. I know you love me as long as you wanted. And then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying. I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying, crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. There we go. Ready? How about Along Came Jones? Long Lanky Jones. Song lyrics. How Along Came Jones. Well, oh, there it is. No, not George Jones. Easy. Well, I'll do this one. Well, I popped down in my easy chair and I turned on channel 2. And a bad gangster called Salty Sam was chasing poor Sweet Sue. He trapped her in an old sawmill and said with an evil laugh, "If you don't give me the deed to your ranch, well, I'll saw y'all in half." And then he grabbed her, and then he tied her up, and then he turned on the buzzsaw, and then along came Jones, smooth along, tall, thin Jones, slow walking Jones, slow talking Jones. Along came Funk and Lanky Jones. Well, a commercial came on, and so I got up to get myself a snack. You should have seen what was going on by the time that I got back. Well, down in an old abandoned mine, Sweet Sue was having fits. That villain said, "Give me the deed to your rancher. I'll be blowing y'all to bits." And then he grabbed her. Again, he grabbed her. And then he tied her up. And then, well, he lit the fuse to the dynamite. And then along came Jones, tall, thin Jones, slow walking Jones, slow talking Jones. Well, I got so bugged, I turned off and turned on to another show. But there was the same old shoot 'em up and the same old rodeo. Salty Sam was trying to stuff Sweet Sue in a burlap sack, and he says, "If you don't give me the deed to your ranch, I'm going to throw y'alls on the railroad track." And then he grabbed her. Again, he grabbed her, and then he tied her up. Again, he tied her up, and then along came Jones, smooth, tall, thin Jones, slow walking Jones, slow talking Jones. Along came tall and lanky Jones. So, how about that? Song lyrics, Charlie Brown. Fee, fi, fi, fo, fee, fo, fum. I smell smoke in the auditorium. Oh, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. He's a clown. Oh, that Charlie Brown. He's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see. Why is everybody always taking on me? Well, that's him on his knees. I know that's him. Yelling 7, 11 down in the post gym. Charlie Brown. Did it, Charlie Brown. Did it. He's a clown. That Charlie Brown. He's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see. Why is everybody always picking on me? Well, who's always riding on the falls? Who's always goofing in the halls? Who's always throwing those spitballs? Guess who? Who, me? Yes, you. Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. He's a clown. By that Charlie Brown. Why is everybody always picking on me? Who walks in the classroom cool and slow? Who calls the English teacher, hey there, Daddy O? It's Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see. Why is everybody always picking on me? Who walks in the classroom cool and slow? He calls the English teacher, hey there, Daddy. Oh, it's Charlie Brown. Do it. Charlie Brown. Do it. He's a clown. That Charlie Brown. Oh, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see. Why's everybody always picking on me? All right. I don't think we're going to lose ourselves today because, well, the other day I shut her down right in the middle of the show because my um, dwell ticker shut off first, and then my tabs went all the way up underneath my voice command, and I couldn't get to the next tab. And I tried to shut down a tab, and well, you all seen how that went. It killed the show right in the middle. But we're going to go ahead and jump on over the TV. Well, let's see what kind of specials we got going on. Yeah, what kind of holidays do we have for the month? Uh, for just this month, for today, our holiday. Thick. Fight for procrastination day. Fight procrastination day. That's right. If you're procrastinating about something, today's the day to fight it. It's National Coffee and Ice Cream Day, and it's a read a book day. So if you've been procrastinating about reading your book, grab yourself a cup of coffee and some ice cream, sit down and read. There you go. Those are your national holidays all wrapped up in one. Howdy, friend and fan. They were in, they were out, but they liked the show, ain't no doubt. Okay, let's go ahead and do story time for the kids. It's TV Grandpa. Try a 5-minute bedtime story. Today, I think this is the one that has it. And that's the other one. But that's all right. We'll do. We'll do. We'll do Rapunzel. Okay? Okay, kiddos. Hey, it's time for TV Grandpa. Story time with TV Grandpa, that is. So it's time to jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head. Because TV Grandpa is going to lull you off to sleep with another little brain relaxing treat. Hansel and Gretel is today's story in the devotion. Not Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel. Once upon a time, there lived a carpenter and his wife. More than anything, they yearned for a child of their very own. At long last, their wish came true. They were going to have a baby. From their second floor window, the wife could see the garden next door. Such fine, strange straight rows of fresh green plants, but no one dared to step close to them because the garden belonged to a witch. One day the wife was staring at the garden from her window. How delicious those big green heads of lettuce looked. I must eat one of them, she said to her husband. You must go and get me some. Well, I cannot, said the husband. You know as well as I do that the garden belongs to a witch. If I can't have that lettuce, said the wife, I will not eat anything at all, and I will die. Well, the husband, being a good husband, trying to support his wife and her cravings, said, what could the carpenter do? Later that night, he climbed over the garden wall. Taking very quiet steps, he broke one green head of lettuce from the ground. Holding the lettuce close to his chest, he climbed back over the garden wall. His wife ate all the lettuce right away, but eating the lettuce only made her want more. She said if she could not have more lettuce, there was nothing she would eat. So the next night, the carpenter climbed back over the garden wall again. He broke one more head of lettuce from the ground. All of a sudden, right behind him, he heard a loud voice. Exactly what do you think that you are doing? I am getting lettuce from my wife, said the carpenter. You see, thief, yelled the witch. You will pay for this. Please, said the carpenter. My wife is going to have a baby. She saw your lettuce and wanted it so very much badly. Why does that matter to me? Howled the witch. Well, I will do anything to make it right, begged the carpenter. And he thought, surely I can build her something that she would like. You say that you will do anything, said the witch. Yes, name it, said he. Fine, said the witch. Here is the deal. Go ahead, take all the lettuce you want. Your wife will have a baby girl, and when she does, the baby will be mine. What? Said the carpenter. I will never agree to that. You already did, said the witch. And she laughed, an evil laugh. Ah, 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 ah. So indeed, the wife had a baby girl just as the witch had predicted. And to keep the baby safe from the witch, the carpenter built a tall tower deep in the woods. He built a staircase that led up to a room at the very top of the tower, and he installed one long pointed window in the top room. And he and his wife took turns staying there with the baby. But the witch had a magic ball, and the magic ball showed the baby was in the top room of this tower. And when the carpenter and his wife were both inside the house, the witch cast a spell over them, and they fell into a deep sleep. The witch went directly to the tower and up to the room at the top, where the baby slept in its cradle. You are mine, hissed the witch. I will call you Rapunzel, for that is the name of the lettuce that brought you to me. So, with her magic, the witch sent the carpenter and his wife back to their cottage. Now, the witch did not know how to take care of a baby, and Rapunzel grew into a child, and the witch did not know how to cut her hair, and the girl's blonde hair grew longer and longer. All the witch could do was keep the little girl locked in the room at the very top of the tower. And she told the child that the world was a very bad place, and that is why she must never have or leave the tower. And as she grew up, many times Rapunzel said to the witch, "There is nothing here for me to do. Why must I stay in this tower all the time?" And the witch shouted back, "I told you many a times, the world is a very bad place. Now, comb your hair and be quiet." "Is it really so bad out there?" Rapunzel would sometimes insist. "I hear people laughing down there below the window." At such times, the witch would yell, "How many times do I have to repeat myself? Don't listen to anything you see or hear out there. The world is much worse than you think." Well, on her 12th birthday, Rapunzel found the courage to say to the witch, "I don't care what you say anymore. I am so tired of staying here alone all the time. And when you are gone, I will chip away at the door, and I will make a hole, and I will run down the stairs and go outside, and you can't stop me." "You think so?" said the witch. "Think again." And with her powers, she made the staircase in the tower collapse. She closed up the door at the base of the tower, so there was no trace of it. And now there was no way for Rapunzel to escape. But then Rapunzel's hair had grown very, very long. And once the stairs were gone, when it was time for the witch to visit her in the tower, she would call from the outside, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Well, Rapunzel would throw her long blonde hair, braided, out of the window. And then the witch would grab a hold of her hair like a rope. And that is how the witch climbed up the tower wall to the window in Rapunzel's room. 5 more long years went by for Rapunzel. She had to stay in that room day after day. All she could do was sing a song from the window. Sometimes birds at the treetops would join her songs, and then she would feel a little better, but only a little. One day, a prince was riding through the woods, and he heard a sound of beautiful singing. It seemed like it was coming from the treetops, but of course, that was impossible. He rode closer to the sound and at last was standing before the tower. "This is odd," he said, looking around the base of the tower. "There is no door to get in, and yet someone is singing at the very top of the tower. How does anyone get in or out?" The singing enchanted him, and the prince found himself returning to the tower each day. Who was this young woman, and why was she there every day? One day, when the prince rode up to the tower, he saw an old woman standing at the base of the tower. He jumped behind a tree and hid, and he heard the witch call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And a long blonde braid was lowered out from the window at the very top. The old woman grabbed onto the braid, and she climbed up to the window at the very top of the tower. "Aha!" thought the prince. "So that's how it is done." He waited, and after a bit, the braid was thrown out the window again. The witch climbed back down the tower wall, and then she left. The prince wasted no more time, or he waited some. The prince waited a little more for a while, and then he stepped up to the tower, and in his voice that sounded as much like the witch as he could, he shouted out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And in a moment, The same long blonde braid came out of the window. It works, thought the prince, and he climbed up the tower wall. You can be sure that Rapunzel was very surprised to see the prince climb into her window. She had never seen a person up close before other than the witch, much less a man. Who are you? She said in fear. Don't worry, said the prince. I am a friend. I don't know you, said Rapunzel. I feel as if I know you, said the prince. Since I have heard you singing every day, you have a beautiful voice. I love it when the birds sing with you too. You know about that, said Rapunzel. It may be the only thing I like, since I have no choice but to stay here in the same old tower day after day, my whole life long. Rapunzel told the prince about the witch, and she told him that since the world was such a very bad place, that she must always stay in the tower, in the room. But the world is not a bad place as all that, said the prince. And he told Rapunzel about flowers and festivals, gardens and games, hmm, puddles and puppies, and strawberries and secrets. And she was fascinated. And so many hours went by. At last Rapunzel said to the prince, you must go. The witch may come back at any time. Very well, said he, but I will be back tomorrow. Rapunzel threw her hair out the window, and the prince climbed down. The next day, the prince came back and climbed up to Rapunzel's room again. He said, I have a surprise for you. He brought her a basket of strawberries. And as she tasted a strawberry, Rapunzel thought, what I was told is not true. The world can be a very fine place. What else is there that I am missing? Said she said to the prince. I must get out of this tower as soon as I can. But how? The prince said, well, I can come and go by holding on to your hair. But once I am down, the problem is, how do we get you down too? Then suddenly Rapunzel had an idea. Bring me a ball of silk, and each time you come, I will weave the silk into a ladder. Silk folds up so small that the witch won't see it. And when the ladder gets long enough to reach the ground, I will follow you by climbing down the silk ladder. That will work, cried the prince, and he moved closer to Rapunzel. You know, out in the world, when two people like each other very much, they can do some very special things. It's called getting married, and that means the two people can be together always. Do you think you might want to get married someday? Maybe, said Rapunzel. There is so much I have to learn about the outside world, and we can still spend time together, even if we are not married. Isn't that right? Well, of course, said the prince, thinking that he can be patient. And every day after that, the prince brought one ball of silk to Rapunzel. Over time, she weaved the silk into a long ladder. On Rapunzel's 18th birthday, the witch spoke to her in a sharp voice. I am sick and tired of hearing you go out and on about bringing along in this tower alone all the time. Know this, Rapunzel, that it's not going to change. You will stay in here, this tower forever. Who says I am alone in this room all day? Said Rapunzel. What? Said the witch. Who's been up here with you? No one, said Rapunzel at once in fear. I meant no one but you. The witch did not believe her, and she looked everywhere in the room for something to prove that someone else had been there. She found the ladder and held it high in the air. She yelled, "What is this means? And what is the meaning of it?" My friend the prince brought it to me. He brought me silk, and I made this ladder, said Rapunzel. Will you never see that prince again? Yelled the witch. And she took out a knife. Snip, 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 and Rapunzel's lovely braids were cut off. Holding the braids in one hand, the witch laughed an evil laugh. And then, with a stroke of her magic, Rapunzel was cast off to a far away desert. But the witch stayed in the tower room. She knew the prince would soon return. Now the witch did not have to wait for very long. Before long, the prince was calling out at the bottom of the tower, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. So that is how he did it, said the witch. Holding tightly to one end of Rapunzel's braid, he threw the braid out the window. The prince took hold and climbed up, and when he got to the window, he was very surprised to see the witch. And where is Rapunzel? He called out. What have you done with her? You will never see Rapunzel again, howled the witch. And the old woman pushed the prince so hard that he lost hold of the window, and down he fell. The prince landed on some bushes that helped with his fall, but the bushes had thorns, and some went into his eyes, and the prince was blind. For 2 years, the poor blind prince wandered the world looking for Rapunzel from morning to night, and he called for her, but it was of no use. At last, he reached a desert one day, and he heard a beautiful singing. I would know that voice anywhere, he exclaimed. It was his dear Rapunzel, and he went closer and closer to the voice that he knew so well. My prince, called Rapunzel when she saw him. The two of them hugged tightly. 2 tears of joy dropped from Rapunzel's face and onto the eyes of the prince. All at once, he could see again. What happened next? Well, you might have a pretty good idea. The prince and Rapunzel went back to the kingdom where the prince lived, and during all that time apart, both of them came to realize that it was right between them and decided to be married. A few years later, the prince became the king of the land, and Rapunzel became the queen, and the two of them lived happily ever after, as you may well have guessed. The end. And that was story time with TV Grandpa. Okay, kiddos, now it looks like the daily bread portion of the program. The daily bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2024. The Bible with Briscoe 2024 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2024 will be Psalms 148 through 150 and 1 Corinthians 15, 29 through 58. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2024 for your daily reading of the Bible. Using the New American Standard Bible in the Bible with Briscoe. Okay, speaking truthfully in Christ is today's devotion in the daily bread portion of the program, and today's scripture and insight will be Ephesians 4:22 through 29. And so far, we are going to turn to Ephesians. Now, this is the NIV, New International Version. And so it may sound a little different from the one that you will catch in the Bible with Briscoe 2024. Ephesians 4:22 through 29. You were taught with regard to your former ways of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by the deceitful desires, to be made new in add the attitude of your mind, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. And therefore, each of you must put off falsehoods and speak truthfully to your neighbors, for we are all members of one body. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. Anyone who has been stealing must steal no longer, but must work, doing something useful with their own hands, that they may have something to share with those in need. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building up others according to their needs, that it may be a benefit to those who listen. And there is speaking truthfully in Christ, which is the today's daily bread portion of the program, which was brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2024, a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2024 for your daily reading of the Bible. Alrighty, my friends. Hey, that's it. That's all. That's the Shen Show in a nutshell, or the nut on the Shen Show we're checking out. All right. I will go by, my friend. Oh, it's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Da-dee-dee-dee. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Y'all have a blessed day. This here is Ben Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So come on back and see us again tomorrow because, well, hey, God willing, we'll be here. And we hope that you are too. Bye bye.